Good evening and welcome to this live webinar. In this free webinar, I'm going to take you through the exact technology that anyone, including you, can use to become a wealthy farmer using the secret I'll be showing you in this web conference. I want to guarantee you this tonight, that I will show you exactly how to become a wealthy farmer the fastest way. I'm going to be sharing with you the blueprint at least to make 20 million in your first year without undergoing the Azus local farmers pass through. In this class also, I will be showing you two powerful strategies to increase crop harvest from your farm. That little space that you have been cultivating, how to harvest more. I will be showing you how to increase crop harvest from that space. I will always be sharing with you the powerful strategy to get hardworking farm workers that will be dedicated to your work throughout the year. I will show you what I've been using to get hardworking farmers on my farm that are dedicated throughout the year. And also, I'll be sharing with you the hidden secret of using social media to make additional $100 monthly from the start as a farmer. How you can make extra money from the start as a farmer, even when you've not started harvesting from your farm, you can start making money already. You will also discover the 3 strategies of using technology to sell all your farm products from the comfort of your home. I guarantee, and I'm giving you the assurance in this class. Who are the people that should attend this webinar? Unsatisfied employee, civil servant that wants guaranteed retirement plans, educated unemployed people, single moms, everyone that wants guaranteed financial freedom should be in this class. Who am I and why should you listen to me? My name is Yinka Adishola. I studied geology at Federal University of Technology and I came out with second class upper. I have my second degree at University of Abuja. I'm a passionate farmer that loves farming. And on social media, I have over 140,000 followers on Facebook. And on my Instagram page, I have almost 4,000 followers. And in 2012, I founded a cooperative called Entrepreneur Youth Multipurpose Cooperative. I am the founder of Farm Villa Resource Center, a practical center where you can learn every type of crop production from vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, and cassava, maize, all sorts of crops. I founded Farm for Profit Academy in 2020 for people that don't have time to come to the farm but want to learn online. I am a coach for Koli ACP. Koli ACP is an international organization that support farmers and organizations in producing export-ready crops that can go for export. I work with IFDC USAID project as a coach. USAID project move all over Nigeria, helping farmers in rural sites to increase their crop yields so that they will have enough to justify export markets. Likewise, I have worked with Novus Agro. Novus Agro is an agric organization that collects grains from farmers all over Nigeria. The Novus Agro collects the grains, they buy from the rural side, rural farmers at a very good price, and then they sell to big companies. Now, let's get into the class proper. How to become a wealthy farmer the fastest way. So like I promised you that I'll be showing you the blueprint at least of making nothing less than 20 million in your first year without undergoing the Azus local farmers pass through. So here are the blueprints. First and foremost, you will need your pen and paper because we'll be going through some calculations. Yes, those little maths. Those maths in secondary school, now we have them in our yearly targets. To make 20 million in a year from any business you want to do, you will definitely need to sit down and do some calculations or step by step of how you are going to achieve these feats. So the same thing happens in our farm calendar here. So now this year, my target is to make 20 million. You can decide in your own target to make 50 million. You can decide you want to make 10 million. You can as well decide you want to make 5 million. Some other person may come and say, look, my own target is 100 million. But here we'll be working with 20 million. How you can make nothing less than 20 million a year. So we are going to be breaking down the yearly target of 20 million into monthly target and daily target. This breakdown will help us to know what we are supposed to make every day to meet up 20 million, or what we are supposed to make every month to meet up 20 million per annum as a farmer. So a monthly target now means for you to meet 20 million in a year as annual returns, you need to sell or make 1,666,000 every month. Now we'll still go further and divide it into daily. What is your target daily? It means for us to meet 20 million annual return of that year, we need to divide 1,666,000, which is for the 1 month, into 30 days. And by the time we divide it into 30 days, it's going to give us 55,555 naira per day. So this summary, in summary, it means for us to make 20 million in a year as a farmer, you need to plant and sell every day something that is worth 55,500 or more. That now brings us to the question, what can you plant to sell every day to earn your daily target of 55,555 if we are going to be making 20 million? So you should be asking yourself this question for every of your target money you want to make per year. 5 million, 20 million, 100 million, or whatever billions you want to make. This is the question we are asking after you've broken down to daily and monthly sales. Let's take this calculation to the farm. Now, as a farmer, we plant different varieties of crops. Maize, sorghum, millet, sesame, rice, so many types of crop, cucumber, whatever, every other thing. Now it's time for us to know the crops to plant that will bring in 20 million for us. We want to select our crops for planting now. Foremost, you need to know the price of each thing you want to sell. Bag of rice, maybe 60,000. Bag of maize is 70,000. Cassava, 500,000 per pickup. Tomato, 50,000 per plant. You need to know these prices because these are what we use to do your calculation to be able to know the quantity of land and the seeds and everything that you will use on the farm to be able to produce the quantity that will meet the 20 million that you are targeting. So for this class, we'll be using bag of rice as an example. Let's assume a bag of rice is 60,000. And our target is 55,000 per day. It means we have to sell 1 bag of rice per day. And every month we have to sell 30 bags of rice per month. And in a year, we need to meet the target of selling 360 bags of rice per annum to be able to meet our target money. For a bag of rice of 60,000, selling 30 in a month give us 1,800,000. 360 bags in a year give us 21,600,000, whereas our target is 20 million naira per annum. On the farm, from an acre of rice, you harvest 40 bags of rice. And when you harvest 40 bags of rice, the question you should ask is, how many acres of rice will I need to cultivate to be able to harvest 360 bags of rice per annum? I repeat the question again. How many acres, the land size of rice, do I need to plant to be able to get 360 bags? Because every year I need to sell 360 bags to be able to make 20 million. So my working on the field should be that my target is, I want to be able to harvest 360 bags of rice every year to be able to make 20 million. So determining the size of rice means if an acre gives us 40 bags of rice, how many acres will give us 360 bags of rice? So the simple mathematics there will be to get the factor for X acre is 360 divided by 40 bags, as in 360 bags of rice divided by 40 bags. This gave us 9 acres. It means for you to harvest 360 bags of rice every year, to meet our target of 20 million, we have to plant 9 acres of rice. So we have been able to establish that for us to make 20 million annually from planting rice, it will require that we plant 9 acres of rice and be able to harvest 360 bags of rice. We are going to briefly use maize as the second example, as in the bags of maize that we need to have for us to make 20 million per annum. So let's assume bag of maize is 70,000 and we require to sell 1 bag of maize per day. Even we need to sell less than 1 bag per day, because our calculation from 20 million is that we need 55,000 naira every day. But here for maize we have 70,000 naira. So we sell less than 1 bag per day. So approximately, by the time we sell 25 bags of maize per month and then 300 bags of maize per day, we will have met our target of 20 million per annum. So now look at this. Bag of maize is 70,000. To sell 25 bags of maize per month, it's 25,000 times 70,000 times 12. It comes to 21,000. 300, and if you calculate per year, it's 300 bags of maize in a year, and it be 300 times 70,000 equals 21 million. So in both cases, we achieve our target of 20 million. Like I said, you can use any target you feel comfortable with, and you know you'll be able to work it out at the end of the year. For instance, you can use 5 million, you can use 10 million, and you can go for 100 million as you so desire, but be prepared to do the work around it. Now, maize seed per hectare, when we go to the farm, maize seed per hectare is 70 bags. So it means, how many hectares of maize will I need to plant to harvest 300 bags per annum? The question again, how many hectares of maize will I need to plant to harvest 300 bags per annum? So just like we did calculation for our rice, if an hectare gives 70 bags of maize, then how many hectares will give me 300 bags of maize? So by calculation, 300 divided by 70 bags, it gives us 4.2 hectares. Please note the difference. In rice, we use acres to calculate rice. In maize there, we are using hectares to calculate maize. So please note the difference so that you don't mix them together, okay? And then, it means, in summary, to make 20 million annually from planting maize, we require planting 4.2 hectares of maize and harvesting 300 bags of maize. So now that you have the blueprint of making 20 million or more from any crop of your choice, it is now your work to do the work. For instance, you want to plant yam, you want to plant guinea corn, you want to plant any types of crops. Do your calculation, start from your target and work it back to the farm. So now, the homework, the class work, the action work for you to do. Do the breakdown for your choice crop, work out the strategy, start small and increase your target as you develop every year. The next thing we'll be discussing is the 2 powerful strategies that will make you to increase your crop harvest per the same size of land that you have been using before. Or if you are just starting your farm, how do you be able to maximize the use of that land and have the best of the harvest? Remember, it is whatever you harvest from the land that you convert to money to be able to reach our target millions that we have per annum. Let's check these 2 farmer scenario. Farmer A plants 10 acres of maize and he harvested 50 bags of maize. Farmer B also plants 10 acres of maize and is at harvest time, he harvests 500 bags of maize. The question is, how exactly did farmer B get that much harvest, while farmer A did not? So this brings us to the 2 powerful secrets of increasing crop yield. The 2 powerful secrets of increasing crop yield, and they are: 1, soil management. I repeat again, soil management. And the second one is plant population. Now the question is, What is soil? What is soil? Soil is the loose, unconsolidated material on the earth's surface. It contains minerals, organic matter, gases, and water, and it supports plant growth. In the soil, there are nutrients that the plant needs for it to develop, e.g., nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and every other types of micronutrients. Now, with the roots, the nutrients are transplanted by water and they move through the plant, and that is what your plant used to grow. Therefore, if you plant any crop, any type of crop, be it vegetables, be it tree crops, any type of crops at all, if you plant them in a soil that has no good nutrients like the nitrogen, the phosphorus, the potassium, your plant will not grow very well. That is, if they even develop at all. Therefore, the soil is very vital to the growth of your plants. There are three basic types of soil. Three types of soil. There's sandy soil, there's clay soil, and there's loamy soil. But out of these three types of soil, only the loamy soil is good for your plants, because the loamy soil has a lot of advantages. It is loose and allow water to pass through it. It's also able to hold nutrients, and it allows the roots of the plant to be able to penetrate into different locations there. That is why you need to look for loamy soil on your land or wherever you are planting. You need to consider that you have enough of the loamy soil for you to have good yield at harvest. But what if there's no loamy soil on my farm? You are thinking already, what will I do? Okay, don't worry. If you have clay soil or you have the sandy soil, what we do is called building the soil, as in we develop and build a different types of soil outside what we already have. For instance, you need to go through all your farm while you have your land, or before you buy the land, or if you have bought the land already and you have these different types of soil. You need to go through all the farmland, and then you check each location, each corners for the different types of soil. When you now discover the different types of soil in your locations and everything, you now decide to build it. We build soil by adding manure. Manure is the waste that we get from livestock, from poultry, from chicken, from goats, from horse, from different types of animals. Their waste is what we call manure. It is this manure that we add to the soil, to the clay soil or to the sandy soil, to be able to convert it into the type of loamy soil that we want. Now, sandy soil are extremely loose soil, like the soil you meet when you go to the bar beach, the soil you meet where by the riverside. They don't have living organisms living in them. They cannot hold water. If you pour water in sandy soil, it will wash away immediately. Anywhere there's sandy soil, there will be plenty erosion. And if there's plenty erosion, it means the nutrients that your plant is supposed to use have been washed away by water. And so you will not be able to use it. And that's why sandy soil, you need to convert it by using manure. When you add manure to it, it holds it very properly and it will now be able to hold water. Clay soil, on the other hand, is very sticky, as in they are glued together. That's why in secondary school and secondary school artwork, we're able to use them to mold bowls, to mold pots, to mold plates, and so many things, because they are sticky. They don't allow water to pass through them. And the same way they don't allow water to pass through them, they will not allow the roots of your plant to move. So before you can use clay soil to plant anything, you need to first convert it by adding manure again. When you add the manure, it will loosen all the places that are sticking and stick together, and then they will be able to allow water to pass through, and that's how your plant will be able to survive in them. So definitely, if you have your farmland, you need to go around, like I said earlier, you check for the types of soil. Any area that you know it is sandy soil, you look for manure and convert it. Any area that you know it is clay soil, you convert it. And even on the long run, it is is good for you to add manure to the whole of your farmland. As in, look for poultry waste, look for cattle dung, look for rabbit waste, look for all these livestock animal waste, dried one. Ensure it is properly dry. Then mix them with your soil before you start planting, so that your plants will have the nutrients they will use to grow. And you will not be like farmer A, who planted 10 hectares and harvested 50 bags. You will now be like farmer B, who planted 10 hectares and is able to harvest 500 bags. The second powerful secret that you need to have to increase your crop on your farm is the plant population. Remember those times when there are national population census, where the government want to know the number of people that are living in their country. That's why now we can say, okay, Nigeria is roughly 200 million people. In 2016, they are roughly 160 million. You see? So the same population census applied to your crop. If you have an acre of land, you are expected to have to know the number of plants that you put there. For instance, let me use tomatoes. If you are planting 1 acre of tomato, depending on the varieties that you are planting, you are expected to plant between 10,000 to 20,000 plants on an acre. By now, you should know the difference between an acre and an hectare. If you don't know, please ensure to learn this before you even venture into going to the farm, so that you know the measurement of your land size. Is it in acre? Is it in hectare? When it comes to agricultural land, as in land for farming, we don't measure land size in plots. Plots are meant for residential area where you are living, you want to build a house. But when you come to the farm, we use acre and hectares of land. An acre is 4,000 square meter, while an hectare is 10,000 square meter. An hectare is 2.5 bigger than an acre. So please note this very well. If you plant 5,000 seeds on an acre of tomato, where you are expected to plant 10,000 seeds, automatically, even before you start the planting, you've already lost 50% of your yield, because you did not plant the right number of plants that is expected on that land. That is plant population for you. So you need to understand the population that is required on each land size, and this is determined by the spacing of the plants. So whatever you want to plant, the tomato, pepper, maize, yam, even tree, cucumber, if you are planting cocoa, you are planting coconut, whatever crop, you need to know the plant population, and you need to know the spacing. These are the two factors that will help you to increase your crop harvest. So for any crop you want to plant, you need to know how many plants per acre if you are using acres. How many plants per hectare if you want to plant in hectare? How many plants per plot if you want to plant on a plot? Here, let's calculate the value of a plant using tomato plants. I'm sure you know we are doing a lot of calculations there before we get onto the farm. Now, if you plant 1,000 of tomato on an acre, you plant 1,000 of tomato plants on an acre, and each of the plants, one of the 1,000 plants, are supposed to produce for you 5 kg fruits. Remember, when you plant the seed, it will develop and grow into fruits, and then each of the plants will give you 5 kg. On each plant, you will be harvesting 5 kg. If by the first week of your planting, you lose 10 plants, that means you've already lost 10 times 5 kg equals 50 kg. That's decreasing. If by the second week you lose 20 plants, you've already lost 20 times 5 kg, 100 kg. So with this, you know that each plant, each one of the 1,000 It is very important because they are the one together that will give you the yield per acre or your yield in hectares. So it is important that for every plant, tomato, maize, cucumber, yam, you need to know the required plant per acre, and you also need to know the size of your farmland to be able to calculate all these. Looking into maize plant population, you discovered it is recommended that on an acre of land, you should plant between 20,000 maize to 34,000 plants. And on an hectare of maize, you should plant 50,000 to 80,000 plants. But in most cases, farmers only plant 5,000 to 10,000 plants, or even less than that. And it automatically means each stand is the one that is going to bring maize crop for you. And because you've already planted less than expected on your farm, okay, when you plant 20,000 and the person with 20,000 is going to be 20,000 multiplied by 1 if it is one maize crop each. And the person that plants 34,000 is also going to have 34,000 multiplied by 1 crops each. Yet, they use the same size of the land to plant. So it is not about the size of your land. It is about the plant population, the number of plants that you put into that land and that grow to harvesting that will be giving you the yield you are expecting. In summary, plant population plays a major role in your farm activities. Hence, you should put them into great consideration before you plant anything. Our next discussion is where I will be sharing with you how we get hardworking farm workers that is dedicated to our farm work all through the year. Who are farm workers? Farm workers, also known as farm hands or agricultural worker, they are individuals that are employed to perform labor in agriculture. They are people that assist us on our farm. They assist us with tasks like cultivating crop, harvesting crop, weeding crop, taking care of the crop, and heavy manual and handiworks. But because of the difficult work that is involved in agricultural works, many people don't want to do the labor work again because it's backbreaking, it's stressful, and it takes a lot of time. Worst of all, in Africa, many people want to pay peanuts for farm workers. They don't want to pay their justification for them. And because of this, people would rather work on their own personal farm than coming to work for somebody else's farm. Plus, many people don't even want to do the labor work again because of its tedious nature. Hence, there's been great issues with getting farm workers for the farms in Nigeria and most especially in all African countries. Many farms have been abandoned because of lack of farm workers. Many people that even have interest in starting a farm or setting up a farm could not do so because they could not access farm workers. It's been a great challenge all over. I remember in 2022 thereabout, when I could not source farm workers for my farm. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't perform any activities on the farm for the next 6 months. How my farm grown weeds and everything because I could not have farm workers to do the work. This is to let you know the importance of farm workers. And I'm sure as you are here this night, you will also understand that you cannot do anything on the farm without the farm workers because you as a person cannot do the work by yourself. So every day we see a lot of people struggling and looking for farm workers. So that's why I've decided to share with you this night how I source farm workers for my farm, how the farmers in my community, in my area, how we source farm workers for our farm. There are 3 basic sources to get farm workers in Nigeria. But in today's class, We will not be discussing all the three into full details. We will only be discussing the one that is effective, the one that is highly effective, and the one that we have been using on my home farm, and how you can use that, how you can get access to that to use on your own farm too. The first set of farm workers we have in Nigeria is the northern farm workers. They are northerners. When you go to this northern part of Nigeria, you get people that are ready to do the work for you. You bring them to your farm and they assist you. The second set of farm workers are Benue workers. We have them all around. They move to your farm, they work on your farm with agreement. The third set of farm workers that we have and that we mostly use in my area that is not giving us issues is the foreign farm workers. The foreign farm workers. These foreign farm workers come from Benin Republic, from Togo, from Burkina Faso, and from all the other countries surrounding Nigeria. They are not Nigerians, they are foreigners. These foreigners left their home to come to Nigeria to come and work. They left their family, they left their wife, their relatives, and they move into this country solely because they come to work. And their only target is, okay, I want to get a place to work. I work for a year. Whatever I get from that 1 year working, I'll take it back to my village or to my city. So they are not here for any other business. They are just here to work. So the moment they get a boss or a farmer who they are going to serve for that 1 year on the agreement, they are going to stay there. They are not interested in any other thing because they left their family at home and they've just come here to work and take it back home. There are a series of benefits in using foreign farm workers for your farm. For instance, when they come from the beginning of the year, they stay with you for 10 to 12 months. As in, they live with you, you get them the accommodation and everything. It means they go to your farm 24 hours. They go to your farm from morning till night. They don't have any other business to do in Nigeria other than to go and come and work and get money and go back to their city. So they concentrate on the work they want to do. Occasionally, sometimes they might stay 2-3 years. If you are good to them on your farm, as in you take good care of them, they might decide to extend their stay. Some will not go home until after 2-3 years because they want to gather enough money, they want to do enough work before they go. It also depends on you, the manager, the farm owner, how you manage them. They are very dedicated and hardworking farmers, as in just because they don't have any other business. Some of them they don't go to parties, they don't do any other thing. They just stay on the farm and work from morning till when it's closing time. Next day they go again. Every day they continue doing that. They are trustworthy. No stealing of anything. Unlike when you get people in Nigeria or from around you, where they will now go and partner with your neighbors or partner with some other people to be stealing your farm produce when you are not there. This set of foreigners, they don't steal. They don't have interest. They don't even have, even if they want to steal, they don't know where they will sell it, or they can't even speak some of our languages. So they only concentrate on the work you want them to do. Another advantage of having foreign farm workers is that they get their payments at the end of the farm year. When they come to stay with you, they will not collect money, monthly, salary, January, February. No, they will not collect money until at the end of the year when they complete their tenure. That's when you give them all their money together. They might tell you they want to collect motorcycle. They might tell you convert it to money for me. That's when they collect it because they want to take it home. Meanwhile, if you have farm worker, a Nigerian farm worker, they might decide to run away after a month or 2 months. When you've planted your tomato, when you've planted your cucumber, when you've planted your yam, and then your farm will be stranded. You will lose all your investment because farm workers can disappoint you, especially those ones that are around. They can easily move around, they can travel around. But for foreign farm workers, they are not going anywhere. They come to you, they are staying for a year, they will concentrate on your work. You don't have to fear that somebody will run away during the planting season. You don't have to fear that somebody will run away during harvesting season. So they are extremely reliable. Another advantage is that since they live with you on your farm or in your house, you don't need to start looking for them every day. Oh, where will I get farm worker today? Where will I get farm worker tomorrow? No, you already have them with you. You just wake up every day and say, go to farm today, do this, do that. In the evening or in the afternoon, you go there and check the work they've done and see if they've done what you asked them to do. But you don't have the stress of, oh, today you are looking for farm worker. Tomorrow you will be negotiating. You negotiate today. Tomorrow you might even negotiate today and you pay for farm workers and they refuse to show up tomorrow. Sometimes they come, they collect your money. The annual farm workers, they come, they collect your money, and they will not come. Unlike the foreigners that is living with you, every time you have access to them, you tell them what to do today, you tell them what to do tomorrow, or you won't need to be running around and be looking for farm workers all the time. Foreign farm workers have been of great benefit to me and all the farmers in my environment. We depend solely on foreign farm workers to do our farm work from year to year, and that's what we have been using for several years on the farm. So how do you get these farm workers? We get them, they come in from Benin Republic, from Togo, from Burkina Faso. I remember in 2020 when I solved my farm worker issues, I had to travel to Burkina Faso to go and get my own farm workers. And since then, I've always had their connection. Since I've gone to them, I know them, and now they bring their friends or their relatives to me, and they've been of a very useful support to my farm. So every year, I always have my farm workers that comes from Burkina Faso. So if you are looking at sourcing for your farm workers, for the foreign farm workers, ask farmers in your community, in your neighborhood, ask the other farmers where they source their own. Most farms in Nigeria, most functioning farms in Nigeria are using foreign farm workers because they are the most reliable. So ask farmers in your community, travel to their location, just like I did in 2020. I went to their location to go and look for them, and I've always been good for it. So if you are looking to have an headache-free farming for this year or for any year, you should ensure you get foreign farm workers for your farm. And when you get them, make sure you take good care of them, as in make sure you pay them their due diligence. Make sure you give them good accommodation. Make sure you feed them very well and ask of them, treat them like normal human beings so that they will be able to refer you to some other of their brothers, even if they are not coming the following year. That's how my farm workers do. For instance, when they come this year and they work for me, because of the way I take care of them, they say, okay, Aga, next year, I know they come, oh, I'm not coming next year, but I will send you my brother, or I will send you one of my friends. And that is how I've been getting my farm workers. So please, when you get them, it also depends on you to retain them, to be able to retain them. It depends on your attitude, your management, and the way you take good care of them. So now that you know how to source for your foreign farm workers, you should hurry up and network to get them to start your farm as adequately as possible. And our next discussion will be discussing how to use social media to make additional $100, which is almost 170,000 Naira monthly from start as a farmer. Imagine every month there's somebody dashing or giving you 170,000 Naira. Sometimes it could even be more. That's the power of social media. What's social media? Let's ask ourselves. Most of us farmers are so much concentrated on our farm work, on farm activities, that we don't even have time to look at what is social media. Many of the farmers I know are not on Facebook. Majority of them don't know what is Twitter, they don't know what is YouTube, they don't know what is anything. In those cases, I assume they are rural farmers. But what about you, that you are an educated farmer? Do you know about social media? Are you on any social media platform? Social media are online platforms and tools where people get to meet each other, where people exchange ideas, where people exchange information and do so many things. But most importantly, social media is a platform where when you post your content, when you post the activities you are doing, your farm business, your farm activities as you are running around on your farm, and people get to watch all these, your pictures, your videos, your activities, and they like it, they are commenting on it, they are sharing with you. This social media platform now want to appreciate you for bringing more people onto their platform while they are coming to your pages and your videos and everything. So they are now paying you out of the money they make online. They are paying you there, and that's where you get money online every month. Before we go further, let's try to understand these social media platforms. One of them is Facebook. There's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, X or Twitter. I know most of us farmers, one way or the other, we have found ourselves on Facebook, but we are always there. We are not doing anything. We don't even communicate. We only have friends there. We don't know how to use it. We are not using it for anything. Whereas from our farm system, we already have content. Now we say this platform, Facebook and Instagram, they are paying people for posting videos and pictures and everything. But you and me as farmers, we go to farm every day. All the work we are doing on the farm, all the going up and down and running around, all the supervision of our farm workers, all the planting of pepper, the harvesting of tomato, how we are planting yam, how we are harvesting guinea corn, they are all videos and pictures and content that Facebook needs to pay us for. So it means when you go to farm every day and you start picking your pictures, your videos, when your farm workers are working, when they are harvesting tomato, when they are planting pepper, when they are doing this and that, all these load of activities are already enough content to place on Facebook. Imagine when other people are looking for things to create, they will buy this, they will look for people to create content, they will be creating dramas and everything. You as a farmer, in your work, in your daily activities, you're already creating content unknowingly. And most times you find out all of us don't even post it on Facebook. 5 years back, I was like every other farmer. Despite that I have a lot of things to do on the farm, I have trainees, participants that comes here. We do a lot of activities. We create a lot of things. We travel to places and do so many things. But I was not documenting them. I don't keep those videos. I don't keep those pictures. So I was not making money from online. Until very recently, when somebody came to my farm and said, oh, you have plenty content. All these things you are doing, you even have content more than people that are posting things that are making money on Facebook. It is time for you to start posting and let people know you, let them get to know you, let them get to see your activities, and Facebook will also be paying you for it. So when you start posting your videos and pictures on Facebook or your page, with time, Facebook will start paying you. And while you are making money from your farm activities, which is the sole one you concentrate on, you will still be making side money from the Facebook or the extra activities. So you are that farmer. Let's take pepper as an example. I know as farmer, we don't plant just one crop. We'll be planting like 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 crops. But out of that, your 6 crops, let's take one and see how we can create content from pepper farming. You see, the first thing where you start your creation of content is posting of videos. So it means when you are starting the activities on the farm, you take videos, you take picture of the variety of the seed, you talk about it, write stories about it. This is how I got my seed. I bought it from somewhere. When I pronounced the seed, it's used 3 days until after 5 days before it starts germinating. I now transplant it to the nursery. It stayed in the nursery for 3 weeks. In the nursery, I was wetting it every day, in the morning, in the afternoon. All these things I'm telling you, you'll be writing pictures, you'll be putting videos to show this is exactly what you are doing on the farm. The day you are transplanting, you show it. I'm taking my pepper from the nursery, I'm taking it to the field. Now you can see it. When the pepper is on the nursery, you want to put manure, you show the manure, you write why you are adding the manure, why it is important for you to add the manure. You do all these things because so that people will know you are really working, and it is natural because it is just what you will normally do. The only difference is that okay, you add pictures, you start taking videos along with it, and these are the things that will eventually fetch you money when you put them on Facebook. A lot of people are even looking for the information you have at hand as farmer. They want to know pollination and fruiting. They want to know pest control. They don't understand it, but you have been doing it over and over again. So it is time for you to start sharing that experience, to start exchanging the videos. So as those people that are looking for information are getting to your page to look at your pictures, to look at your videos and everything, Facebook will start paying you. It's not only Facebook that pays as a social media. Instagram pay people, YouTube pay, TikTok. There are people making a lot of money from all these online platforms. And these people that are even making money, they have to go and be looking and searching for content to create. But you as a farmer, because you are working, because you are doing something, you are full of activities, so you are already creating content from the work you are doing. Aside the money that Facebook is paying you for posting on its channel, you as a farmer will also be earning from your farm activities. You'll be able to sell your market, you'll be able to network, you'll be able to display what you are selling, and people will see your wares. People will start asking you, what are you selling? Are you selling this? Do you have this? Do you have that to sell? You will also be able to network with other farmers when you're on Facebook. I am in Lagos now. You can network with somebody that abroad. You can network with somebody in UK, US. You can network with people that will assist you in your farm activities. Facebook is also a great channel for reaching customers of your farm produce. Instead of looking for middlemen or whatever, you sell your farm produce directly by yourself without any middlemen. And you sell at a better price because you've cut the prey by the middlemen halfway. The rules of the game: don't copy other people's work. I repeat again, don't copy other people's work, their videos, their pictures, and anything. Make sure be your authentic. Make sure to be you. Do yours, do your own. Exactly. You already have your videos, your picture from your farm. So don't copy other people's work. You might be wondering, how will Facebook know if I copy other people's work? Because they will sanction you. There are some people that have put copyright infringement on their videos. So when you copy those videos and post on your page, it affects your page. Sometimes they might bring down your page. Sometimes they might disturb you. So please, in whatever you do, follow the rules of the game. Post your own videos, your own pictures. Don't copy people's work. With this, you can be guaranteed of making extra dollars from online by just posting your videos and pictures from the farm. I'm a testimony to that. So the dollars will definitely find you once you stay on your lane. You post your video, your pictures, and you have to be consistent with it. Not that you post today, you not come back until 3 weeks again. You have to tax yourself and say, okay, every day I want to post one video, just one video every day. Write stories about it, just one video every day. And you'll be amazed at what will happen at the end of the month. Many people are making a lot of millions. When I say millions, from Facebook, monthly, weekly, daily. So you can also be part of this by putting yourself out there on Facebook. As a farmer, you have the content naturally made for you. Right now, we'll be discussing how to use technology to sell all your farm products from the comfort of your home. Before the development of technologies, what we do when we harvest farm produce from the farm is you either take it to the market and wait to look for people that will come and buy from you, or you start hawking it from place to place, taking it from house to houses, or you give it to a middleman and the middleman will now take it to the city or to where he can also further sell it for you. Social media platforms like Facebook were initially created to connect friends and family. You know, when Facebook first came in, when we first discovered Facebook, all of us are always looking for our friend. Hey, that's my old friend, that's my old family. So Facebook was meant to connect people. But with time, it's turned to a marketing link. For instance, I post, okay, I've met my friends on Facebook. Now I was posting pictures from my farm, videos from my farm. Okay, this is what I'm doing every day. Then somebody will see you packing yam or packing rice and say, oh, are you selling it? I want to buy. Then come to somebody's, okay, what if I start advertising and say, okay, I'm selling. That is how Facebook turned into a marketing channel for most people. Though, up to today, there are still people there that are just using Facebook to connect with people or talk and talk. But many of us, including me, we use Facebook as a marketing channel to sell our farm produce. Other social media platforms outside Facebook are Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and so many others. How to get customers online? People need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you before they can buy from you. People can only know you by your activities online. That is what you do every day online, and they will be getting to see your pictures, to see your videos. That is how they can be aware that you are there. For instance, you create awareness by posting videos, by posting your pictures from the farms for that product that you want to sell, by writing about that product, write stories about it, share real stories from the farm, share pictures at different stages on the farm, share pictures at different stages on the farm, write stories about it, and then they will be aware of you. This is how to create awareness. Let people know, okay, I am here, I am selling these things. Now that you've shown your presence, you still need to do things that will make them follow you. As in, when you write the story, people ask questions, you respond to the questions, you chat with them, you be consistent. You post every day or twice a week or 3 times in a week. You schedule your posting and you are always showing up. Then people will start to like you, they start to like your discussion, they start to share all the things you are posting, and it gets to more people. So people buy things from whom they trust. I want to give you my money. I've never seen you. I've never met you anywhere. I can't just give you my money like that. So, but because I've been relating with you online, I've been joking with you, I've been chatting with you, there's a kind of bond that have been created with time. Okay, it seems as if you know this person. That's why people can be online and be friends online for 10 years, 20 years, and they didn't see each other, whereas they will exchange money, they will exchange businesses, they will exchange a lot of things. Selling online can be related to when you first meet a girl and you like the girl and you want to go out with the girl. You will not just go and meet the girl the first day and say, come, I like you, I want to marry you. No, you first start to, okay, let me be your friend now. You find a way to first start toasting the girl, rapping with the girl. Is after several times, you meet her with maybe 2 times, 3 times, then I say, okay, I really want to marry you, I like you. But not the first day. The same thing with marketing online. You have to create a kind of awareness. You make people to like you. You show your presence. People get to know you. And then, yes, they cannot trust you with their money. Let me briefly share with you how I use Facebook to sell my shea butter. I post pictures and videos online of my shea butter. I post videos of when I'm producing the shea butter, when they are mixing it, when it is still very raw in the flesh. I post videos when it is already packaged. I also inform them when it is in season. Okay, this season there will be plenty shea butter. In the next 2 months, there will be scarcity of shea butter. I share testimony from buyers, people that bought in Sokoto, people that bought in Calabar. I will say, somebody just bought. I also share testimonies of when customers have used it and the shea butter perform wonders. So I write a lot about various uses of shea butter, because actually you might think people know what you are selling, but they don't even know the uses. They don't know what you are selling. Write stories telling them the uses of what you are selling. Like my shea butter, it is used for body pain, it is used for hair cream, it is used for skin infections, it is used for bone pain. So I will share all this because they don't know already. So don't assume that they know what you are selling. This is how to get more customers, and when they use it and they see that it performs exactly what you told them is going to perform, they will definitely come back and buy again from you. Advantage of internet market, especially when you are using Facebook advertisement. It has a wider coverage for you to sell your produce. Let's briefly look into the advantages of using internet to sell your market. There's wider coverage to sell. There's target location to reach. You sell from home conveniently. It is less stressful and it's affordable marketing. Now, let's explain them one by one. With wider coverage to sell, the more followers of people you have on Facebook, the more network you have to sell your farm produce. For instance, on my Farm Villa page, I have 140,000 followers. It means I can network, I can reach my market to 140,000 followers. Some people have 1 million followers. Some people have over 1 million followers. It means they have that network to sell or market anything they want to sell. Selling on social media makes you to reach people beyond what you can ever imagine. Imagine me from a rural side being able to reach 140,000 and more to sell my produce to. It is the power of technology to sell. Facebook allow you to do location targeting. Location targeting means, okay, if I'm selling my farm produce and I live in Agua-Amodu and I want to sell to people in Ibadan, I will only say, okay, Facebook, go and advertise to only the people in Ibadan. Don't advertise to people in Lagos, because Lagos is far from my town. And if I want to start carrying yam from Agua-Amodu to Lagos, it will be too expensive. So I just want to send my yam in Ibadan, Oyo, and Isheyin. So I will just put it into Facebook ads and say, look, market only to Ibadan people, Oyo people, and Isheyin people. Don't target Lagos people. So you can see location targeting. Also, I can target age. I know, okay, teenagers from 0 to 18 years old, they cannot buy food. They are not buying food for themselves. It is their parents that are buying farm produce. And because I only want to sell to people that will buy, people that have finance, people that will definitely buy. I don't want to advertise to people that will just look at it and go away. So I will tell Facebook, don't market my produce to anybody below 18 years old. I can even say below 20 years old. I want you to sell, to market. I want you to market my produce to people that are above 25, 30, 40. These are people that are responsible in the house. These are people that will buy something for their house. So don't advertise to people below that age that I mentioned. And that's what Facebook will do for me with my money. I can decide to target male or females. I don't want females when I'm selling my farm produce, or I don't want males when I'm selling my shea butter, because it's women that fancied and valued the importance of shea butter for their hair, for their skins, and for so many things. So I can as well target and say, Facebook, I'm giving you this money. Don't go and sell it to male. Oh, I want you to go and advertise to females for me. So Facebook will start going and be advertising to female. And when I pick my location, I can say, okay, I want Lagos, but I don't want everybody in Lagos. I just want people that are living in Lekki or the people that are living in Lagos Island to see my farm produce. Those are the people I will only target. And that is exactly what Facebook will go and be doing for me. It will go and be targeting all the people I asked it to target for my farm produce. By this, it is narrowing down my stress and the money I will spend on marketing, which make it to be the best method of marketing for your farm produce. Another great advantage of using technology is that you sell from the comfort of your home. Look at me sitting down behind my computer and telling Facebook where to go and sell for me. I'm telling Facebook on my ads to say, okay, go to this place, go to this place, go to this place. I don't need to carry it on my head and be running around. I don't need to be moving from market to market. I don't even need to go through the middlemen, through the market women. I don't need to go through any stress. It is when people have pointed and say, okay, look, this is yam. I want to buy this yam. I will now tell somebody, okay, go and deliver it to them without me moving around, stressing myself, because I'm picking the yam from the farm and I'm getting it directly to the person that has paid for it. So this is how technology help you to sell your farm produce, to get it to the customer, to help you navigate and avoid middlemen with less stress from the comfort of your home. And to crown it all, it is the most affordable form of marketing you can ever get. I remember some years ago, I wanted people to see what I'm selling or what I'm doing. And I went to a radio station. I asked them, how much will it cost me if I want to do advertisement? The bill they gave me, it scared me off. I couldn't do the advertisement again. I ran away. But today, I use Facebook. I use little amounts of money to do Facebook marketing, to get people to see my product, to get people to buy what I'm selling, to even get you that you are watching this free webinar to be able to reach me. I give money to Facebook and said, go and bring this person that is interested in agriculture. Go and advertise to this person that has been trying to do agri. Or go and advertise to this person that wants to make money from agriculture, that there's a free webinar here. There's something here that he needs. And that's exactly what I'm putting you through now, so that you know technology is very useful. And now you can use it to sell from your home. Now that you have the blueprint of moving from 0 to 20 million Naira in 12 months, there are two ways to go about it. The first one is that you can implement all the system by yourself. Success may take longer, might take you 5 to 10 years to make that 20 million. However, if you want to get this journey faster, with mentorship, a journey of 5 years could be shortened to a year. If you want to make your journey faster and to walk on a path to avoid series of failures, then you should join Farm for Profit Academy. Farm for Profit Academy is a 30-day online school that teaches farm for profit skills. Here, what is Farm for Profit Academy? But before we go into this Farm for Profit Academy, let me share a little of my personal story with you. All these things I've just shared with you in the free webinar are something I learned over time in the farm. It's not that I just got there one day and I know everything. I was once a novice. I lost plenty money in the farm. I lost people's investment. I even called people. I said, come, bring your money. I will plant for you. I lost all their investment. I've been held by EFCC, yes. I've been held by the police, yes. All this on agriculture, when I would say, okay, bring your money, let me plant for you. Or bring your money, let's do projects together. Or bring your money, let's do this. Have repeated many crop classes. I remember one time like that, I planted in dry season. I used irrigation. I planted plenty tomatoes. By the time it's flowering like this, they start dying. The tomatoes were dying. I sat down and I was crying because I've really banked on so much on that tomato that I will make plenty money. I've battled droughts. I've disturbed my plant before. Disease did not leave me alone. Every other issues I've battled on the farm. Even farm workers, I've had challenges with them. In short, My first 5 years was very, very challenging. And you know something? I would have saved myself all these headaches, all these challenges, all this wasting of money, all these expenditures, if I'd had someone to put me through, if I'd had someone in front of me that said, okay, this is what I've done, this is where I've made mistakes, don't pass through there again, this is what I've done. And so, for not acquiring knowledge, for not having farm skills, I have to spend almost 5 years wasting and messing up around on the farm. Having someone who has gone through the process will have saved me a lot of waste. And that's why I tell people most times, I said, I learn expensively. I learned very expensively. Imagine doing trial and errors. You will plant this today, and you know it will take 3 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes 1 year before you discover you've made the mistakes on the farm. So for several years, I'll plant tomato until at harvesting time I will realize I've made so many mistakes. I did not have any harvest. I will do pepper. You know, I was just doing trial and error. So it was an expensive method of learning. So when I start having my breakthrough on the farm, I realized it is not only me that is going through that process though. I remember most of the people we started farm together about 12, 13 years ago, they are no more in the farm. I remember a female colleague even called me and said, why am I still on the farm? I said, I will be there now until I get it right. So when I start getting it right, I remember, oh, what of these other people? Why is our farms failing? Just because we only go to farm because we have money, we have land, but there's no skill. Then we start doing trials and errors. So when I've mastered my own side of the training, I thought of how could I assist others? For instance, let me share with you some of my harvests last year, 2024. I harvested 141 bags of maize, and as of the time I was selling my maize, we sold 70,000 naira per bag. I sold over 20 pickers of cassava starting from January last year. My last farm, even though it is not plenty, I still sold over 1 million there. I planted little beans. I planted beans because of my farm workers, and I still have plenty at home that I'm using to feed my workers. I planted guinea corn, which I still have the bag. It's also for my farm workers. I planted some peppers and tomatoes. I even planted onions. So this is to let you know that my harvest have increased over the years, and now I have good harvest. And because I've been increasing myself for years, I started Farm for Profit Academy. Farm for Profit Academy is an online school that I created for people that don't want to make the same mistakes I've made so far. You know what? If I'd had lectures or somebody that is having the experience that I've gone through before me and is showing me, don't do this, this is how I failed there, this is how I passed there, this is how I scaled through this, I wouldn't have spent so many years going through all the challenges. That is why Farm for Profit Academy is for people that don't want to go through the same stress, the same while I've gone through before I got to where I am today. I will briefly explain some of the things I teach at Farm for Profit Academy. Because of the numerous experience I've had so far, how to harvest 30 tons of cassava from an hectare, how to harvest 20 tons of tomato from an acre, how to export ginger, how to harvest 7 tons from hectares of maize, how to make 10 million from acre of pepper, the money in coconut planting, the value addition in oil palm, how to plant carrots, and so many others. At Farm for Profit, I will also be taking you through sack and container farming, ugu and okra planting, beans and soya beans, how to plant cucumber, the lucrative onion storage business, I'm sure you've heard about it, farm produce storage, how to buy and store farm produce, how to market and market your produce, how to soil management, climate change effect, and so many others that I will be taking you through at Farm for Profit Academy. So Farm for Profit Academy is a 30 days online school where you learn farm skills to boost your crop harvest. Any type of crops you want to plant, we will teach you how to boost, how to increase your crop harvest. The school is 100% online. There is no physical class. You are going to attend the class online. Don't need to travel to anywhere. Classes can be taken on your phone or on your laptop. You can take it in your office. You can take it on as you are working anywhere. Certificate of attendance will be issued. Once you complete the class, you are getting certificate of participation. You don't need to have any prior experience before coming to the class because we are taking it from elementary class. And believe me, by the time you finish the training, you will be able to start your own farm adequately. Hours of lecture in those 30 days are extremely very flexible. You don't need to say, hey, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, because the class are pre-recorded. So you can attend at your own convenience. Any time of the day you like, you can just go to the login to the class and attend the class. Then weekend classes are live classes, 8 to 9 p.m. Weekend classes are live classes, 8 to 9 p.m. Then weekend classes are also recorded, so that in case you miss the class, you can still catch up. The participation fee is 42,500 Naira. More reasons to come to Farm for Profit Academy. Yes, over the last 2 years, we've trained over 3,000 students, and we have over 200 published student testimonials. Who are the people that should attend Farm for Profit Academy? Fresh graduates, job seekers, students, undergraduates, because they need this to be able to quickly get jobs. Every time we have job opportunity for farm managers, and they pay well. Dear farm owners, you need to be in Farm for Profit Academy. I know you will employ farm manager. I know you don't have time to stay on the farm, but you need to know what needs to be done on the farm, so that sometimes comes when the farm managers may disappoint you, when the farm workers may disappoint you, but the moment you have understanding, you can easily look for somebody else to replace them. You can easily start telling those people what to do and what not to do on the farm, pending when you get a replacement. Every farm owners, you want to own the farm, you want to plant coconut, you want to plant any types of crop, you need to be in Farm for Profit Academy if you really want to maximize the financial base of your farm. The third set of people that should be in Farm for Profit Academy are civil servants. You see, in Nigeria and most African countries, civil servants want to retire to farm after their full-time job, and because they didn't take time to practice, they didn't take time to learn the basics when they're in service, when they now collect their pension and pour it to the farm, everything just go down the drain. So while you are still actively working now, you can just take time and be getting those knowledge and be acquiring the knowledge you need to be able to start when you fully want to go into retirement and you want to resettle on the farm. So hence, every civil servant should be in this Farm for Profit Academy. The next set of people I will talk about are my co-farmers. Just like I was doing perambling, moving up and down in the farm, doing trial and error, a lot of farmers out there are still on trial and error basis. Every year, they commit millions to farm. At the end of the year, they will not get 100 Naira. And the next year again, because they've bought the land, they don't want to leave it, they will keep spending and spending. Many people are in that situation. If you know you are here, please don't hesitate. Just make sure you enroll yourself into Farm for Profit Academy. You will be exposed to so many problems, so many challenges you'll be facing on the farm and why you are facing them. You will be exposed to why you are making mistakes on the farm. You will also be exposed to why you have not been having good harvest. It's a guaranteed I'm giving you this day. And then, everyone that wants guaranteed financial freedom should be at Farm for Profit Academy. You see, even Dangote said agriculture is the future of wealth creation in Nigeria. That the next billionaires will come from agriculture. But it is not every farmer that will be a billionaire, but the ones that know the skills, the ones that know the techniques, the ones that knows how to get the right answer for them to get good harvest, they are the ones that will become billionaires. So if you want to be among this set of people, you should definitely enroll into Farm for Profit Academy. Now that you have the blueprint of moving from 0 to 20 million Naira in 12 months, there are two ways to go about it. The first one is that you can implement all the system by yourself. Success may take longer, might take you 5 to 10 years to make that 20 million. However, if you want to get this journey faster, with mentorship, a journey of 5 years could be shortened to a year. If you want to make your journey faster and to walk on a path to avoid series of failures, then you should join Farm for Profit Academy. Farm for Profit Academy is a 30-day online school that teaches Farm for Profit skills. Here are what you'll be getting from Farm for Profit Academy. The first bonus we have for you is access to 1 to 2 hours daily lecture, which we hold for 30 good days, where we teaches 0 to 0 of crop farming. And you know what? The worth is 150,000 Naira. In these 1 to 2 hours daily classes, you will learn how to cultivate plenty crops. In terms of vegetables, you'll be learning about tomatoes, pepper, onion, cucumber, okra, and ugu. In terms of annual crop, you'll be learning maize, cassava, yam, rice, potato, soya beans, and ginger. And when it comes to tree crops like cash crops, we'll be putting you through to plant coconut, oil palm, cocoa, cashew, shea nuts. Bonus 2, access to highly illustrative crop cultivation videos and materials for 1 year. This is worth over 100,000 naira. Bonus 3, one-on-one live discussion with me, 1 to 2 hours on weekends for the next 4 weeks during the class. It is worth 100,000 naira too. Bonus 4 is access to my online communities of farmers for life. You have access to the group and you can always ask questions. You can always come with any challenge you have in crop farming at any time, even when the class is over. This is worth over 100,000 naira. And the 5th bonus we give you at Farm for Profit Academy is access to international community, like the communities that I belong to, e.g. CP that give grants to farmers, Havjan Agricultural Fresh Growers Exporters Association of Nigeria that coordinate fresh exports to other countries. Likewise, ICRA gives scholarships to many foreign students. So these scholarships and grants from these associations we shared in all our online platforms. The 6th bonus for Farm for Profit Academy is that I usually host practical sections by June and November of every year. In these practical sections, participants travel down to the farm. They stay with us on the farm, go with us and learn practically on the farm. So you learn a lot of things while you're on the farm. There is hostel accommodation at this period, free hostel accommodation provided. At my students, you get 50% discount on these practical classes. The 7th bonus we offered at Farm for Profit Academy is links to quality distributors of agricultural inputs. You are looking for any type of seeds, vegetables, you are looking for seedlings for trees, we have them at our hand. If you are looking for how to set up your irrigation, how to have access to people that are selling irrigation kits, we provide them for you. You are looking for the type of pesticide where you can get it, every questions, every access to things that you make your farm work profitably, we provide for you. And this information is worth more than 50,000 naira if you are to get it somewhere else. What exactly are you going to pay? I know you must have been wondering, with all this big bonus that we add to our class, what is the class cost going to be? Relax, don't worry. We are not going to ask you to pay all this. You are not even going to pay half of this. What you are going to pay is just 42,500 naira. The money is one-time payment. Once you pay, you will have access to all the bonus and you will be on the path to financial independence, since government work is no longer financially sustainable. One thing though, there are limited slots. If you want to be fast, pay to secure your slot tomorrow. But if you don't want your slot to be occupied, pay now. Pay 42,500 naira to Farm Villa Agro Resource Center, First Bank. The account number is 241075948. Send email to farmvillaresource@gmail.com after payment to be enrolled to class. There are only 250 slots available, and if you check that group now, there are over 1,000 people in the group. Or pay to Farm Villa Agro Resource Center, First Bank account number 241075948. Then send payment details to WhatsApp number 08064688501 to be enrolled. I look forward to seeing you at Farm for Profit Academy. And here are testimony from past participants of Farm for Profit Academy to